Look at the facts. Each square centimeter of our skin has an average of 100,000 bacteria. Okay, well, some of you still can't remember what a square centimeter is. That's probably roughly a square centimeter, just roughly. So an average number of 100,000 bacteria. Not wild. Indianapolis, the city, has 800,000 people. So it would be 8 square centimeters, and that's how equal the population of Indianapolis. They're small. They're cool. We gotta have them. Gotta have them. Fact: single teaspoon of topsoil contains more than 1 billion bacteria. If you go to Mars and you play in the dirt there, it's not really soil because it doesn't have bacteria in it. It doesn't have any dead organic stuff. It's not a soil. It's like when you watch that movie Martian, he's putting the poo in there and he's mixing it up. He's trying to make soil. Okay, that's cool. Look at that. That's 1 billion bacteria. Craziness. Okay, another fact. Look at this. Earliest fossils, 3.5 billion years old. Look, there it is. And they think it's bacteria. There's the kind. Cyanobacteria. You notice they're green? So they got photosynthesis going on. So they're producing oxygen. You could kill all the trees, all the plants. We're still going to survive, remember, because these guys are putting in oxygen. So there's the oldest one. Okay, life began about 3.5 billion years ago, somewhere in there, 4 billion. So there's the earliest fossil we know of, a bacteria. The guy that found that would be kind of cool. Okay, now, theory. It's the best theory we got. Remember, when you say theory, there was nobody there recording it. Nobody there taking a picture of it. Nobody documenting it. All life started from a simple, single-celled organism, and we think that's bacteria. So if evolution is correct, we go back to our great, you could put 1 trillion greats on there, grandma, it's going to be a bacteria. If it's true. Okay, remember, it's a theory, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Started with bacteria. Now, whenever you hear the word bacteria, sometimes people will just say a prokaryote. Prokaryote. They're talking bacteria. At the beginning of the school year, in the first semester, we started talking about eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Well, prokaryotes, that's bacteria. Look, they're very simple, really small. Remember, they don't have a nucleus. They don't have anything like that. There's no control center in a bacteria. It has DNA floating around here. It even has some little tiny round bacteria called plasmids, round DNA in there called plasmids that give it superpowers. Well, we'll see Thursday some of the superpowers of bacteria. But it doesn't have a nucleus. Remember, it's wired to live and reproduce quickly. It's small, uncomplicated. Compared to what we're made up of, complex, large, we have a nucleus. All of our cells have nucleus, except maybe a red blood cell. It starts out with one, but then it gets rid of it. But every cell in our body has a nucleus. It's a control center, and that nucleus stays there. It never moves. It's one place, that's your DNA. That's where it's stored. Bacteria, they got 2 places where DNA is stored. Really cool. Now remember, these guys are designed to overcome. They are designed to adapt. They are designed to reproduce quickly, very quickly. I was baling hay when I was a junior in high school. I jumped off the hay wagon. I got a big wooden splinter. You can still see the scar right there, stuck into there. I couldn't bend my finger because it went into the joint. That happened about 11 o'clock. I thought I had it out, but I didn't. By the time I went to watch Rocky 2 or Rocky 3 in the movie theaters, it was going. Got out of the movie theater, it was twice the size. In just that time, it turned my finger purple with bacteria. He pulled it out, pus came out. Oh, gross, right? And it was good. I'll never forget it. Went to Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Matter of fact, I don't even think I finished the movie. My buddies were like really upset. They didn't get to finish the movie. But anyway, they reproduce. They overcome. We've learned to harness them too sometimes. Okay? Now, think about it. If prokaryotic cells were first, like bacteria, if they were first, then our cells had to come from them. And there's two theories I want you to know. Two theories I want you to know. One's called enfolding. And enfolding. Enfolding. I'm giving you some honors biology stuff. Enfolding theory. Look at that. It says prokaryotic membrane, or a bacteria began folding in on itself to increase the surface area. Pretty cool. Called the enfolding theory. That's all I want you to know. Bacteria, the membrane started enfolding on itself, needed to increase surface area. Keep that in mind. Here's the second one. Endo. Look at that big word. Endo. Symbiotic. Endo means in. Symbiotic means living. So something came from outside into the cells, the eukaryotic cells, and now they live together. Endosymbiotic theory. Early bacteria, prokaryotic cells invaded our cells like ours, eukaryotic. Remember when we talked about mitochondria and chloroplasts? I kind of mentioned it then. Shoot, I don't know. It may have been on your test that you've just taken. Could have been. They think the mitochondria in our cells, or the chloroplast in plant cells, they used to be bacteria. Well, they're the same size, and they reproduce just like bacteria. They have their own DNA. I have mitochondrial DNA. You have mitochondrial DNA. All trees, their chloroplast has DNA. So endosymbiotic theory. Early bacteria invaded prokaryotic host and formed mitochondria. Remember, that's the powerhouse of the cell. Everybody in here, almost everybody in here can tell me they learned that probably in middle school. The powerhouse of the cell. Think about it. It's a good gig. If you're a bacteria and you can produce energy and you go into a cell and that cell can feed you and keep you warm and protect you, you're going to give it energy. That's the theory. Again, it's a theory. Nobody was there to document it. Okay. Any questions? There they are, enfolding. And again, your notes are going to be on plan book. So if you didn't get something, go back. All right, now, let me show you this. Do you know who that is? Who is it?
Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, Bruce Jenner. 1977 or 1976, he was an Olympian decathlete. He was a gold medalist. He was a stud. He was the best all-around athlete in the world. He can run the mile fast, he could sprint, he could pole vault, he could do it all. He was ripped. Just naturally just gifted. And all the girls just loved him. Isn't it kind of hot?
No.
Oh, get out.
He might have lived back in 1980.
Well, it's probably the hair. Okay. So, here's what he looks like today. Now, don't make fun of that guy. I'm wanting to see. I'm checking something here. Oh, what I do with my picture of him now? Her now. Caitlyn Jenner. Right? You've heard of Caitlyn Jenner. I had a picture. But anyway, look. He did not like the fact that he started getting old. And so he started using Botox, which is a really massive poison that we find from botulinum bacteria. When it comes in contact with nerve cells, it will destroy the nerve cells, forcing your skin to relax. And it'll get rid of wrinkles. The bad thing is if you keep doing it over and over and over again, you start getting that plastic look. And Botox is cool. They're using Botox for people who have seizures that can't get their part of their brain to quiet down. They'll take a long needle, stick it in your brain, give it a quick shot of Botox, and it'll kill that portion they don't need, and the tremors and shaking and stuff will cease. I mean, so there's some good things for it. Okay? And remember, everywhere. But that's just something I just wanted to show you. I forgot to find. I thought I had a picture of Caitlyn Jenner. Anyway, let me see. Make sure I want to. I think.
Wait, is Caitlyn Jenner and Bruce Jenner?
Yeah. Same person. Same person. All right. So, I'm going to stop there.